It says it's owned by Chuck and Terry Warden, Beachmaster, 1 of 40 made, 1 of 2 sold in Canada. Now there is some heritage. There's a nice tractor. Thank you, folks. For its day, that was big power. The same couple on this 1969 Alice 220, which is bigger power, and we're very glad to have it here. Next, the same owners own this tractor, a 1969 model 170. It's 1 of 500 row crops made. This tractor here is a 1973 Alice Model 210 row crop. It says it's a hunk of bunk. And it says it's a 60 of a tractor. Ontario has this tractor. It's a model 8020 John Deere with an 8-foot mounted plow. The tractor is owned by Ken and Betty Glanville and family. It's driven by Ken. The same family owned this model F180 1959 8-foot fully mounted 3-point hitch plow. Now there is an attraction at our show. And I can remember 60 years ago when it was announced that John Deere was going to 4- and 6-cylinder tractors, and this was the biggest. There's a tractor that is very maneuverable, and there's a good demonstration. I can remember when those were advertised and there was a man standing under the 8th furrow. Thanks, Ken. We have a 218 model 8245R, and the driver is Gordon McDougall. Here we have a 1957 John Deere E20 2-cylinder diesel. The owner is Reg Burns and it's driven by Malcolm. There is big power. This next tractor is a 1957 720. It's owned and driven by Doug Johnson. Next is a 1958 630 row crop, owned and driven by Joe Pollard. have a 1991 140 diesel owned by Doug McDougall. It's a two-cylinder Kubota engine. 1971, I made a mistake. Here we have a 1955 320 owned by Doug Kober, owned and driven by Doug. Thanks, Doug. A 1953 Model 50 row crop owned by Bruce and Marilyn Ogrum. It says it's got an aerosol paint job and it's driven by Bruce. A nice display. Next we have a 1953 John Deere Model 60, owned by Bruce Bolger. It's a 60 high seat wide front, pulling an Ontario Seadrill. I remember when those were sold new. It's driven by Jim Nevin. This 60 is a high seat with wide front end. Here we have a 1946 Model B owned by Brian Anderson, and it's driven by Cecil Rosenberg. A 1964 John Deere 110 owned by Greg Pollock, with a Brindley disc, and it's driven by Greg. Here we have Jim Hulse from Orangeville with a 420 row crop, 1956. It says this tractor is original front weights, wheel weights, purchased in Alabama. It's owned by James and Tyler Hulse. Thanks, Jim. This next tractor is a 1953 50 row crop owned by Bruce Eade, restored, and it's driven by Bruce Eade. Next is a 1948 AR, this is what they call a non-styled AR. It's owned and driven by Grant Conley. Next is a 1952 Model 50 row crop, owned by Dave Tisdale, driven by Bill. Next is a Model 50, owned by David Tisdale and driven by David. There is a 3010 diesel pulling a people mover. A 1940 John Deere G owned by David Tisdale. A 1930 John Deere GP, just like that in Green Acres, owned and driven by Jim White. I can see Olive yet pulling in by the house and pull the clutch. He'd stop. A 52 AR, styled AR, owned and driven by Brendan White, sorry. A 39 unstyled AR, owned and driven by Doug McLean. I took this tractor to Grand Isle, Nebraska for the big show there. There's a nicely restored tractor. Thanks, Doug. A 1957 420 utility owned and driven by Kyle Busenworth. It's got a number 9 Sycamore on it. A 1941 each, owned by Glenn and Lois Shaw. Dual for haying of 1956 and driven by Glenn Shaw. A 1965 4020 owned and driven by Brian Walden. A 1983 111. Owner is Brady Mursey. Lawn tractor without a new deck driven by Brady. A 1952 MI owned and driven by David Craig. Thanks, David. A 1963 3010 owned by David Craig and the driver is Bruce Ireland. A 1959 530 owned by David Craig and driven by Glenn Ireland. A 1941 John Deere Model H owned by Jim and Tyler House and is driven by Tyler House. Thank you, Tyler. A John Deere 1961 1010 gas owned by BILLSTMAXX. Here's an interesting tractor, 1932 Model D, what they called an unstyled D. It's owned by Ron McEachran. It was bought in 38 by Uncle Angus and it's driven by Ron. Thanks, Ron. Yes. A 1949 John Deere Model A, owned and driven by Malcolm Burns. Yes.
Hello there. Next we have a Model 140, 1974, owner Doug McDonald. Thanks for coming out.
A 1970 4020 Power Shift owned by Alec and Janet Van Neerkirk. All original local tractors sold by Elmira Farm Service and is driven by Alec. Thanks, Alec. And it's driven, I believe, by Art Freeman, and he's likely going to make a demonstration here with it. There is big power, folks. Art is the driver today. It's a model 9620 RX. That is big power. Thanks, Art. Well, folks, I believe that brings our parade to an end for Saturday. There will be a parade tomorrow afternoon. We'll see you all tomorrow for the parade. Thanks again.
Too easy. Make her harder, boys. Make her harder. just keep on going. Apologize for all the wind noise. It is really windy out here.
It's lovely.
Yeah, look at the flag blowing. Oh, for you guys. You guys down south. There you go. We appreciate you guys too. I think you made it right to the end. Probably not going to record a whole lot of pulls because my battery on my phone is almost dead. A couple of Alice Chalmers and then I'll get some key John Deere's maybe. Run out of juice there, bike. This is a John Deere B coming here. Wow, they're not making more helmets or anything. I kind of like that helmet idea. Sorry again for all the wind. Terrible out here. Could be windmill out here. Oh, running out of power. Gobs of torque though. Gobs of torque. Shorter. Oh. 4,500 pound class. I think this is maybe where I might have come in if I had my AR in it. But I'm not sure. Another Alice Chalmers. Oh, too high of a gear, I think, bud. Maybe it'll be alright. Wrong, he's doing pretty good. Thought he was way too high of a gear. Shut him down. Wowee. Good job. Whoa, windy. Digging in. Running them out of power. Boy, that clutch sure isn't slipping. Pretty good. How far? 179.38 feet. Nice. Alright, nice John Deere B coming up. I really got to preserve my battery because I'm almost dead. I'm down to like 30% now, so I'll only be able to get a couple more of these. I want to see if there's an AR or something that might come in. I haven't seen any line up though, so oh, you've got problems. Does he have problems? No. That's the guy that had the dog poop in his mouth this morning. Still got it in there. Ugh.
Let's cheer it on again. Come on, Brad.
Well, running out of power again. Too high a gear. Wow. This is a John Deere 50, which was the next one after the B model. Should sound pretty good.
What are you gonna do with the 50 here?
Super low speed, that's for sure. Might win for the slowest. I don't think I got enough battery to watch this guy go all the way. Holy.
These are some of the first tractors with power steering, all the 50s and 60s.
Well, let's just say he made it right to the end. I think this might be the last one for this 4,500 pound class.
Let's cheer it on.
Yay! Oh my goodness. That's a really slow tractor. He's like almost 2 minutes pulling here. The other guys were just over a minute.
He's still going.
There's 2 minutes right now.
Still on the power. Good track. Track seems to be taking power.
Okay, I'm gonna have to cut him off. I'm sorry, bud. Okay, we're getting into a 5,500 pound class now. We'll get a couple of these for you. These should sound pretty nice. There's one sitting over here I really want to get. That'd be awesome. Got no stickers on this, must have freshly painted her. Power. Run out of power. Ooh, a 1945 John Deere D. This will sound really good. Straight pipe. Oh, maybe I need to do that to our tractor. Straight pipe right out. This is going to sound really loud, I bet. This is going to be awesome. No factory paint hardly anywhere left on that thing. It's pretty much all rust paint now. Still running. There we go. Heavy tractor, this guy. Spoke wheels on it. Get the right gear there, bud. Don't stall her out. Sounds like when we were pulling that rock out the other day. Not quite as loud as that, but lots of torque. Not even working at. Oh, this now. Bloody wind. Still going. Long way from stopping yet. Pardon me. There he goes. Nice. Wow. Good job. I think this is the 7,500 pound class. This is a G here right now, and it's a Jane Deere driving it. Jane Deere. Jane Deere. I think we need to straight pipe the AR. Wow, it's making it work already. Didn't get too far. Surprised at that. Should probably re-pull that, I bet. He's biting in hard. I must say those Alice Chalmers, they do pull good. My goodness. I think there might be a styled AR coming up soon. Can't really see it from where I am here. Well, he's still going. Wow, right to the end. It's not black yet though. Oh, shut him down. Thanks. I think it's a styled AR. I'm not sure though. Yep, sure be. So this will be quite comparable to what ours will do, roughly. Oh, he needs some ring work on that thing. Nice little puff of smoke come out the top there. Blue smoke means oil burning. And honestly, that is one thing I have not seen come out of mine at all, is any blue smoke. Work. I think by now I'd be shredding my tires off, they're so rotten. There's that low down run that I like. Bang, 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 bang. Right to the last bang. Not too bad. Another nice G. A lot of G's here today. Yeah, I think we need to do a straight pipe for our AR. It does sound nice like that. You know it's running, right? Oh, he's going the furthest. keeps getting in my shot.
Oh, sorry. What are you doing?
Your hair is in my shot.
It's not flapping.
Okay, this should be the 7,500 pound class, I believe. And that's probably all I'm going to have battery for. Get a couple of these and that's going to be about it. I'm down to about 24% now, so that's not so good. Been recording stuff all day though, so really that's not bad. Now what is this guy? A John Deere 70 maybe? I can't quite see. Big diesel stuff coming up though. That is a 70. Doing pretty good. Bob the diesel torque, eh? Nice. Oh, that'll help him a bit. Going for coffees. Nice. Alright, John Deere 630. That should be alright too. Real cropper. Super low. I don't know if I got enough battery for this one. Puff coming out either, eh? Isn't that awesome? Wow. Still not a puff coming out. That's a good tight engine there. Shut her down. Nice job. It. Too bad. Alright, now we're into the 8,500 pound class, apparently, he says. The John Deere 720. I'm only going to have enough battery for maybe one or two of these, and that's it. super slow gear. Ooh, a surprise. I better save room for a surprise. Save battery for a surprise. Digging a hole. There's a beauty Model R coming up here now. Should sound really good. If the guy holding the camera can hold it still. Nowhere near thinking of slowing down yet. Geez, hey? Right to the end. Yeah, last year those houses in the background weren't there. Not crazy, eh? Huge subdivision back there now. Yeah. Okay, so this is a 10,500 pound class. We're kind of running out of tractors here, I think. Not sure what this one is. Big diesel of some sort, though. This is maybe all I got battery for. I'm down to like 18% now. Model 80. Doing pretty good. Alright, that might be it. I think that's all the battery I can spare. There you got over the end. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to try to record this one. The dozer. I'm down to like 12%, something like that. And it's very slow. See how well she does.
They started off with one crawler, it was 10-10. And then they added another crawler, the 20.
Gonna let them go there, bud? Okay, let them go.
I believe it was 1964 or 1965. They were due to be replaced. And instead of going to a 20 series on the crawler, go here and go to a whole new number. They're the 80 series.
Slow down yet.
Doing pretty well. Barely slipping yet.
That's amazing.
Very interesting. Thanks for bringing that up.
Still going. Still going.
Think he's gonna take a grab again?
Geez, that's amazing. It's been over 3 minutes, so. Nice. Full pull, no doubt.
Nice job, full pull.
Told you so. Well, that's about it. I got no battery left. I'm down to like 6%. Better cut her off. They're still doing some pulling, and then they're doing a free pull or whatever they call it. Open class pull after that. So, anyways, that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. Catch you all later, and happy pulling.